Good morning, guys. So today is going to be something a little different. I'm all out of things to do. I mean, I still have my normal cleaning to do and everything. Like, that never ends, but I'm out of like big projects other than I do have some organizing that I could be doing in my kitchen, but I don't have anything to organize it with yet. I need to save some money for that. But for now, a friend of mine, you probably know her by now. Her name is Crystal. She asked me to come help her declutter and organize her kitchen. So we're going to be taking a trip to the Dollar Tree, but first I need to go to her house, see what we can get rid of, see what things she needs, and then we're going to go to the Dollar Tree and see what we can find, and then I'm going to help her reorganize her entire kitchen. I'm bringing along Emily with me today. Say hi, Emily. All right, well, I'm going to get over to her house and see what we got to work with. Yesterday I didn't get to film very much because we were just so busy. All I really got to do when I showed up to her house was just kind of assess the house, take a look around. I looked in all of the cabinets. I saw what kind of space she had to work with, what kind of things that she had in there. I asked her a bunch of questions. I asked her what her budget was, and she said $100. But if she needed to, she could go as far as 150. So I told her, let's go to Walmart, see what they have there, which they didn't have hardly anything that I was looking for based on my ideas for what I could do in her cabinet space. So we went off to the Dollar Tree, and the very first Dollar Tree, I think that we didn't really find much. I didn't get a whole lot of footage at Dollar Tree because we had to go to like 6 different ones, and we were just trying to get in and out, try to find what we could. And by the time that we were done looking around, I think we went to like 6 different Dollar Trees. We went to a Walmart. We went to a Big Lots. Walmart and Big Lots was a bust. There wasn't hardly anything, and the things that we did see, they were a little overpriced, and I figured that she could do so much better using Dollar Tree items. So we just kept looking around, and it was getting kind of late, so I just put my phone down and just tried to focus on things that we could find, and we ended up finding some good things. So we ended up spending $97.97, and we got a good amount of items to get us started with, and there was a few items that we could not find that I was actually looking for. So I'm bringing some that I have left at my house. I looked around my house and I found a few things that might help me. And I did take a look at her pantry, and she had a couple of bins in there as well. So I'm hoping that with everything that I found, we're going to be able to do a whole lot. So when we got to her house yesterday, we did get a good start. So she bought a whole new plate set. She bought 6 big plates, 6 salad plates, and 6 like cereal bowls in the colors that she really wanted, which were these really cute red ones, or like orangey red, like a red orange color. They're really pretty. So we set up her cabinet. She actually had a really good amount of cabinet space. All she needed was to organize and bring some pieces in to help utilize her space. And I think that she just needed to declutter some things to make extra space, to make it easier for her to run around her kitchen and make it more functional. Plus, it's always nice to take everything out, clean it all, and start all over and make everything fresh. Because I know that when I do this in my own kitchen, it excites me, it motivates me so that I want to cook more. And it just looks aesthetically pleasing, which gives you those feel-good endorphins. Sometimes that's all we need as the master of our kitchen, is to revamp it so that we feel lighter and happier. I don't know, you guys can tell me if you guys feel this way too. These mini risers that I used here were really hard to find. I don't know if they're not stocking them anymore, they're not bringing them in, but between the 6 stores we went to, we were able to find only 7 of them. But let me just remind you, for those 7, they totaled $8.75, well, plus tax. But for one piece that extends about half the length of these 6 that I'm using in this cabinet,
altogether. At Walmart, they start at $15. So already we're saving her double. That's what I really love about the Dollar Tree, is that you can find more for less.
And then we tried to get started on her spice rack or her spice cabinet, but we got stuck because we were trying to figure out how to make a lazy Susan. So I was like, you know what, let's just call it a day. I'll go home and get a few things to help, and then we'll start early tomorrow morning. So it's now tomorrow morning. It's like almost 8 o'clock, and I'm on my way over there right now so we could finish the project. I only have today left to work on it because I have a cake that I have to do for her. She has a family baby shower. So I'm really excited to see how it's all going to turn out. She's super excited.
So this is her spice cabinet, and as you can see, she has a lot of spices in there, and there were a lot of duplicates as well, especially the spices that she uses the most. But it was still really hard for her to find what she needed, so I suggested a lazy Susan. But unfortunately, at our Dollar Trees, we couldn't find any. And the ones that we found at Walmart and at Big Lots, they were way out of our budget. So we opted to make them ourselves. And since the marble idea didn't work out as planned, she realized that she had some old chairs with some still usable bearings. So we took those bearings off and cleaned them really good and just hot glued them to the top of one Dollar Tree stove burner cover, and then flipped the other cover over and sandwiched the bearing in between. With these two packages, we made a large and a small lazy Susan for only $2.50, way less than the amount that you would pay for just one lazy Susan at Walmart. And let me just tell you how excited she was that both of these lazy Susans fit just perfectly in her cabinet, and now it's way easier for her to find what she needs. The next thing that we did was pull everything out of her drawers. She had a lot of utensils, but a lot of the things that were occupying this space were shaker caps and mason jar lids. So I had her match the pieces to her mason jars and to her shakers so that we knew how many she had exactly, and then we discarded any extra ones or ones that just didn't fit. Then I used some baskets to organize her 3 most used drawers with her flatware and other things. These baskets came in a pack of 3, so I only needed 4 sets, and that cost us only $5 plus tax. It took me a few minutes to arrange everything, but once I was able to figure it all out and it was all finished, she was so happy that everything that she used was all in one place. And the most important part of all of this was that I was able to make extra space for other things. So we all know that our junk drawer gets forgotten. We always forget what's in there. It always gets like messed up and out of order and stuff like that. So we even redid her junk drawer. We actually didn't buy anything for these drawers. We just used what she already had. But I got her a toolbox, and we were able to put all of her extra tools in here. So now she has a toolbox that is readily available to her whenever she needs it. This drawer was actually bothered by her husband. It was her husband's request that she found another place to put all of her glassware in there. And I agreed with that because all of that glass sits very heavy in the bottom of that drawer, and they were afraid that it was going to just break one day. So I took all of her glassware and I put it in her cabinets so that it's easily accessible for her. I put the ones that she doesn't use the most on the top and put the ones that she uses the most where she can actually reach it without a stool, because we are like 5'1" girlies. We're very short, so we need our things available to us where we can reach them. And then I was able to use that bottom drawer for all of her rags and her dishcloths, which works out perfectly. she had a ton of coffee cups in this cabinet and it was driving her crazy. So she picked her favorite ones to keep, and she had a really long box filled with ones that she really wanted to part with. I have no idea how she was even able to fit all of these in her cabinet, but somehow she did, and I even selected a few and put them in another designated area. We could have bought some organizational pieces for this cabinet as well, but some things are just best left as is. So I just organized them by category and by size, and I had the cups standing up and not flipped over. I know this is a hot debate on which direction they're supposed to sit, but I personally choose open side up so that the rim doesn't sit on the shelf. I'm not saying that her cabinet is dirty, but you never know if there's dust or something sticky sitting on the shelf. But you do you, boo, whatever floats your boat. I like mine sitting up. Next, we worked on under her sink. This area is probably the most needed help because she had so many things underneath there and she didn't even know what she really had. So we took everything out and sorted through everything. If you didn't notice by now, we selected gray as her color scheme because I feel like gray is a neutral color and doesn't get quote unquote dirty as quickly. So I suggested 2 stackable bins, a riser, a basket for her trash bags, and 4 pull-out bins with a handle. I use these stackable bins underneath my sink too. They're perfect for sponges, scrubbers, dishwasher soap tabs, and other small cleaning supplies. These pull-out bins are actually new to me because I've never really seen them before at our stores, but luckily we found them because they worked perfectly for in this area, and we used them to just store all of her spray bottles and stuff and all the things that she doesn't really use, like carpet cleaner in the back. The only thing I would say though is be really careful with those handles because they are a little bit flimsy. And everything looked nice and organized and perfect underneath her sink, and she couldn't have been happier. Next, we had to work on probably the biggest part of her entire kitchen, which was all of her bottom cabinets. She had a lot of things stuffed in every one of these cabinets, and I wanted her to pull everything out so I could see what she had, and wanted her to declutter and get rid of things that she doesn't really use, which she had a lot of. And so we basically just started off fresh and cleaned it all up, and now it's ready to put everything back in. She had so many things stuffed in this cabinet alone. A lot of it was precious china that belonged to her grandma and some princess house pieces. So I had her pull it all out so that she could transfer it to a smaller cabinet where she could actually see it and reach it if she decided to use it. So I designated all of her china and her princess house and glassware underneath this cabinet, and I think it looks a lot better and she can come in here whenever she wants to actually use it. So now she has all of this open space for her large appliances. So I arranged all of her appliances that she doesn't really use, like her bread maker, her juicer, and other things. So I just tried to arrange it so that it all fit back there. And in the front, I'm going to be using some bins that I found in her pantry to organize all of her cutting boards so that the cutting boards are right there in front of her. She knows where to grab them, and if she needed to get behind, all she has to do is just pull the bins out. And then I brought these racks from home. I actually took them from my own cabinet, and I also borrowed them from my kids' room that they really didn't need anymore. And I'm going to use them to organize all of her pans with. That way they're just easy for her to grab and go, including her muffin tins and her little donut tins. I just made it look nice and neat and organized and also functional. And now that all of her china is out of this cabinet, now she can fill it with a bunch of plastics and other things that she doesn't really use. The very last thing that we worked on were these bins. So she picked this color green, even though they're not going to be seen, it's one of her favorite colors, so that's why she picked them. And I actually did this in my own closet, so if you haven't seen that video of me organizing my closet, you might want to go back and see it. I'll try to link it at the bottom in the description box and also at the end of this video, because I really do think that you'll like that video. But I bought these bins from the Dollar Tree, and I was super excited that I found them because it took me forever to locate them.
What did you find?
And although I couldn't find all of the matching patterns, we were able to find 4 of the checkers and 4 of the gray, and we just kind of staggered them so that they looked organized, and it came out really nice. Oh no!
How did I not catch that? That is so funny because I even went back a few days later to deliver the cake, and I was like looking at it and I was like, oh, that looks so nice. I wonder who did it, being all silly. And I didn't even catch it then that it's not staggered. Oh well, just pretend that it is in the correct way that it's supposed to be in. Sorry, I look haggard right now, but I'm editing the video, so I had to add this clip in there. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Let's go ahead and continue on with the video. I'm going to close out for now, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.
And that's a wrap, guys. We got her entire kitchen done for $97.97, less than her budget that she was looking for of $100. My favorite part is the spice rack. I think it's super cool. But what I really do love as well is that all of her drawers are nice and neat and are not cluttered with a bunch of things that she doesn't use. All her cabinets are functional and organized accordingly. I am so happy that she gave me this project to do. I want to do more. I love doing stuff like this. This is my favorite thing to do. Organizing, decluttering, designing, all that stuff. It's my favorite thing. So I was really honored that she trusted me in her kitchen where she utilizes the space the most. But I want to thank you guys so much for being here and for watching this video. I hope this inspired you or motivated you in some way. Thanks again for watching, and hopefully I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.